If you ever paid for a Wes Watson course or Wes Watson's coaching, you are the type of guy that it wouldn't take long to convince to give somebody a blowjob. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I know. You never done some gay stuff before. I understand. But just know the fact that you paid Wes Watson 10 grand to tell you what to do is pretty much all the evidence I need to know that you will suck a guy off. If you paid Wes Watson 10 grand for his coaching, he can have you in doggy style by tomorrow in his living room and you will never say no to it. Why? Because you literally paid him for this. You paid him to tell you what to do, what to think, and what to feel. You basically surrender yourself to the arms of Wes Watson. Oh, take charge of me, Wes. Take charge of me. And Wes Watson knows this. He understands that there's a lot of guys out there that are like this. You can easily manipulate them and, fuck with their head. And they got some money as well. And of course, listen, if you can convince a guy to blow you, I mean, you could definitely convince him to give him all the money he has available to you, his entire bank account. I mean, come on. Think about which one is harder. So, because of all of this, Wes Watson has become a very successful guy. He's made a lot of money off the backs of these guys. And because he's so successful, Wes Watson gets invited on shows. People want to interview him. So yesterday, he was invited by Fresh and Fit to their event. They had a massive event with all these internet entrepreneurs. These are guys that are making hundreds of thousands, if not even millions per month. And Wes Watson took a shit all over the show. I mean, this was a disaster. This guy ruined the entire event, made it all about him, because it's Wes Watson, of course he is. Of course he's going to do this. The show started out with Fresh asking a question. Okay, guys, so I have one question. How do you define success? And all the guys gave their answers. Well, I can go ahead, do whatever I want. I take charge of my life, blah, blah, blah. As soon as they gave Wes Watson the microphone, first thing he does is some disrespectful ass gesture, kind of like has to say, man, fuck what these niggas are talking about. And then he goes on to give this long-winded answer. You gotta be rich and you gotta bleach your ass, motherfucker. And one thing is, like, look at all these guys while Wes Watson's talking. They're like, yeah, yeah. Like, just understand, Wes Watson is the alpha in this entire scene right here. Wes Watson will have these guys all in doggy style by tomorrow. And that's including Bandman Kevo. For those that don't know, Bandman Kevo had a BBL performed on himself.
My definition of success is across the board. If you're not ripped, if you're not rich, if you ain't rare, if you don't stand out, if you ain't across the board successful, it doesn't mean fucking shit to me.
So there you have Wes Watson's answer. He says basically you have to, for success, you have to have money, cars, clothes, mansions, veneers, bleached ass, so all the things that I talk about. Then they give the microphone to the other guy, and that's when Wes Watson completely shits all over the show. Because the guy who gets the microphone next is some sort of spiritual Christian guy. He's all into the spirits. And he basically shits all over what Wes Watson just finished saying. Guys, you shouldn't focus too much on material possessions or the flashy cars and mansions. That's not going to bring you real happiness or real fulfillment. Wes Watson did not want to hear this, and he went into a rage. An anabolic, suppressed homosexuality fueled rage on this guy. And then they started going into this debate about whether money and materialistic shit is important or not. And of course, Wes Watson started getting fried in the debate. Because, Wes Watson is one of these guys that are smart in jail. And these are people I hate. Guys who think they're smart because they came out of jail. They always got something to say because they were in jail. Meanwhile, nobody in regular society gives a fuck about what anybody who's been to jail has to say. So he has no answers, and so he starts getting personal. Listen to this.
Bro, why look at, are you proud? If you look in the mirror, would you guys say this motherfucker's proud of who the fuck he is? That's a bag of trash, dude. Pull your fucking shirt off and tell me you're fucking proud of yourself.
Because I've been to fucking prison?
Jesus Christ,
because
look
I've been
at
to
you,
prison?
bro. You got 10-inch arms and tits. Men don't have tits.
No, they go to prison where they get fucking.
Fuck yeah,
where they get
do.
raped up the ass.
You've never been to prison. Look,
that's
you're
what
talking about
happens.
shit you don't know.
They go to prison where they get raped.
Now you get your ass beat in front of
You think
everybody.
that's better? You think that's better?
Let's let him give his definition of success. And then,
having tits and 10-inch arms is what a man is.
Let's let him
Please
get his,
don't listen to that.
Wes, let's let him get his thing out, and then
tits.
We can have different opinions.
Yeah.
Titties.
Anyway.
And this goes on and on and on. You know, there was a part of that little exchange where the guy asked him, "Do you even have kids?" And Wes Watson responds with a lie. Okay, let's just put that out there. Wes Watson does not have any kids. Wes Watson is impotent. He is not able to have children. His testicles do not function anymore because of all the steroid use. Allegedly, by the way, allegedly. So Wes Watson is not an actual father. He's a stepfather. Or as he would say, he's not the stepfather. He's the father that stepped up to raise two other men's kids, by the way. So I just had to put that out there. Wes Watson is not a father of two children. He is not able to have kids. But anyways, you know, the show goes on, and then they pass the microphone to the next guy. The next guy is another spiritual guy who starts shitting on all the materialistic things because, you know, Wes Watson's entire thing is the fact that he gets money. Because nobody's going to listen to a guy who came out of jail. You know, you got to show something extraordinary. So he has the Ferraris, the Lambos, and he has a big mansion. Basically, his entire marketing revolves around the materialistic shit. So when another guy on stage shits on materialistic things, you know, the tool that he uses to market himself, well, now that's a problem because it's going to start affecting Wes Watson's bottom line. But then, you know, this guy also starts cooking Wes Watson, and Wes Watson gets really upset, and he starts attacking him again about his physical appearance. And he gets, you know, Wes Watson wants to get the crowd on his side, so he asks the crowd a question.
Is giving someone an expensive watch.
Would any of you guys really hang out with these guys?
This is not an argument.
Like, Jesus Christ.
They're skilled at some things.
Whoever fucking said that.
Hang on. That bass guy right there just said, hell yes, shut up.
faggot.
That's fucking hilarious. You're awesome.
Go ahead, man.
They bring to the table.
We could tell his tits are all jiggling. He's got like a half a fucking jelly donut.
Hey, bro, your toupee, it's still back there in the back. Go get it.
I shaved my head, you little faggot.
Are you
Shut
sure
the fuck up.
Are you sure you shave your head? Or?
Oh, take a seat, Wes. The entire crowd is literally on the chubby guy with tits side. Like, come on. And Wes keeps getting more and more emotional as this thing goes on. But this is how he is. You know, you have to understand that Wes Watson has been through a lot. He's been in jail. He most likely had anal sex with another man. And, you know, that probably eats away at him at nighttime. You know, you compound that with the fact that he cannot get another woman pregnant. His sperm is just useless. If he has any balls left, like, I mean, just cut them off because they have no use. Your testicles do not reproduce semen to impregnate women. And that's why you're raising another man's kid. Two other random man's kids, you're raising them. And that sucks because to think, you know, your girl you're taking as your wife at this point, you know, in order for you guys to have a kid, some guy had to put his schlong inside her pussy and slam it over and over and bust a fat nut right inside. That must not be fun thinking about at night. But, you know, he ruined the show, and everyone who went to the show, everyone who paid for this event should get a refund. Myron, come on. You have to be fair. The show was ruined, and it was all because you decided to invite Wes Watson out of all people.